So Orico sent over this M.2 magnetic enclosure. It supports USB 3.2 Gen 2, about 10 gigabits per second. It also has a built-in card reader for SD cards and micro SD cards. And it also supports up to 2 terabytes of expandable storage via NVMe M.2 2230 or M.2 2242 SSDs. It also has a USB-C port for 100-watt power delivery. So let's take a look at what comes in the box. So in the box, you have a manual that tells you how to set it up, add in your SD cards, add in your NVMe drive, this ring for connecting devices that don't have that magnetic ring, because it has a magnetic ring on the back that you can connect to a device. A very strong magnet. So this supports the MagSafe on your iPhone, but if you have a device such as an Android phone that don't have MagSafe, you can use this ring to connect to that device. So you can peel this off, stick it to the back of your device, and then it will stick on it. Next, you have a short USB-C cable, a screwdriver, and 2 extra screws. And then you have the drive itself. So on the drive, you have a screw here to get to your SSD. You have the SD card slot, the micro SD card slot, the USB 10 gigabits per second. So you plug this in and then plug into your device. And on this side, you have the 100-watt power delivery for charging your phone, and even your laptop can be charged through this, as long as your laptop don't charge over 100 watts. So let's get these out of the way and then take a look at the drive itself. If you have a micro SD card, you can just slide it in the slot, turn it upside down, slide it in. Same thing with an SD card, turn it upside down and slide it in. And that's how it fits in it. And here beside the USB-C port, you have an indicator light that is connected to a device. And on this side, it has a USB-C for power delivery, and the power delivery is up to 100 watts. So let's take a look on the inside where the SSD is. So over here, you have a screw, and just remove the cover. And here you have your NVMe port. This supports 2230 and 2242 SSDs. Like this one, I have this one. It's an Orico drive. They didn't send me this. I actually bought this myself. So you can put it in here. So for this one, you put it, there's a slot here and there's a slot right there. So you just slide it in at an angle all the way to the end. Goes in at this angle. So if you want to see it there, it's at an angle. You press it down, and then in the box, you got these screws. So you can take out a screw and just press the drive down and add the screw. So screw it all the way in, and it holds the drive down. And then all you have to do is just get the enclosure. There's some slots right there that correspond with the tabs right here. So you're gonna just slide it in, then press it down till it snaps in. See? Then you get your screw, put it back on, and screw it in. And you have your SSD inside. You have your SD card and your micro SD card. All right, so I'm gonna test it with my iPhone over here. So let's take it, snap it to the back, and then I'm just gonna bend this cable and plug it into it. Then we're going to files, and there you go. That's my 512 gig SSD that I just added. And now I'm going to add the SD and the micro SD right here. So let's plug in the SD card. And here you see a SD card, which is the big one here. There's an untitled drive, which is a micro SD here. And then there's a 512 SSD that I put in on the inside. So if I were to disconnect this cable, then the SSD is going to disappear. This untitled drive is going to disappear, and the SD card is going to disappear. So let me unplug. And see, only the on my iPhone is there. If I replug, so untitled, SD card, 512 SSD. So each port shows up as a separate drive. Unlike some external enclosures that if both micro SD and SDs are in, it only shows one. This allows you to browse to both. So I can get into that for the SD. I can get into the micro SD, and I can get into the 512 gig SSD. That's great for the iPhone. Let's try this now on an Android device. I have a Samsung Galaxy S23 right here. So Let's try it on it. On the Samsung Galaxy S23, I have a MagSafe compatible case, so I can actually put it on the back also, and then just plug it in here. And if I go to my files, now you see the internal storage, USB 1, that's my SSD, USB 2, that's my micro SD, and USB 3 is my SD card. So it shows all three also. If I want to copy this file, I just have to go to my internal storage and say go to downloads and say copy this file right here, and just say copy, and just go to any one of the storage. Say I want to go to the SD card. I select that and just say copy here. And it said copied completed, show in folder. There's a file on the SD card. That's USB storage 3, which is SD card. So let's try this on a Mac and see how this works out. And I'll do some speed tests on that Mac to see how fast these drives work. So let's get over to the Mac. So now I'm on my Mac Mini. This is an M4 Mac Mini. I'm going to do a speed test. So all three drives show up on the Mac also. So the 512 SSD, and here you have the SD card and the micro SD. So I'm going to use the Blackmagic speed test. So I'll select the drive. I'm going to do a 1 GB test. So I'm going to select the target drive. So let's start with the micro SDs. So let's go with this one first, and then open, and then start. So on the F4 Mac Mini, I've seen as high as 100 megabytes per second for the write speed and 88 megabytes per second for the read speed. So let's move on now to the SSD and do some speed tests on the SSD. So I'm going to choose a different file size. I'm going to go to 5 gig and then choose the drive. I'm going to choose a 512 gig SSD and then open, and then hit the start. And here you can see that it averages around about 850 megabytes per second for the write and just over 800 for the read. And that's a constant speed I get. It will drop below sometimes go above it, but just around that average every time I do the test. So we can stop it here. And we're going to do a real world test on transferring files over to this drive. So I'm bringing my stopwatch here. I'm going to do a test to see how fast it will transfer files. So this file here, I'm going to do this folder here. Well, I'm going to start with this first, which is a 1.8 gig file. It's 1.86 gigs. Then I'm going to go to this one here, which is 33.25 gigs, and see how fast it transfers over to the SSD. Let's start with this one, and we're going to copy it over to the SSD. So choose the SSD here, and then I'm going to drag this 1.8 gigs and start my clock. This should take about 2 seconds, just over 2 seconds, based on the speed test I got. So let's do it. There you go. It was actually quicker. I was just slow to stop it. So 2.62 seconds. All right, so let me start it again and then hit it. So as soon as I hear that sound, I'll hit stop. So start. Just around 2 seconds because I was slow to start. So just around 2 seconds for 1.8 gig. So let's just copy this 33.26 gigs over to the SSD and start the clock. So drop, start, and let's see how long it takes. And it took 48.37 seconds, about 48 seconds, about 49, maybe 50 seconds to do 33 gigs of data over to the SSD. So let's now move over to the SD card. And we're going to just test the 1.8 gig file on the SD card. So reset and grab it, go, start. This should take roughly 35 seconds. And it took about 35 seconds to copy these files to the SD card. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this drive in terms of the speed and what you get for under $30. Thank you for watching. If you find this video useful, please consider subscribing to my channel and share it with someone that you think will find it useful.